What is up guys, Andy Forrest Runner here and welcome back to week 12 of this London Marathon training series, the penultimate one. So welcome to 2 weeks out. I have to be a bit careful while I'm filming here because it's a bit treacherous. I have found some roads but they're hilly, so we kickstart this week, technically the end of last week, because this is my Saturday long run. If you watched the last episode you'll know we're away for the weekend. I'm down at Shalabra Bay, just having a weekend with the family and some other family of my wife, so just chilling out until Monday. We've come down on a bit of a whim, decided it sort of Thursday night, Friday morning, so lovely to get out and away. Thing is, it's in a cove, so all the roads go up and down, so there's no escaping the hill, so I'm just having to forget pace, forget everything, and just come out on a moderate effort. I ran a 6:55 first mile uphill and this second one's going to be in the 8s, so it is what it is. We'll enjoy it today, and my goal is 2 hours 10 minutes, but to be honest with you, I think 1 hour 30, 1 hour 40 on these hills will be enough for me, so we'll see how we do anyway. I've got a couple of loops planned, so we'll crack on with this and I'll touch base at the end. Okay, so just under 7.5 miles on that first loop. I'm out on the second loop now, and this is the run. This is the run that I know I'm ready for London. This loop it's got to have 400, 500, 600 foot per loop easily. If it doesn't, I've got egg on my face, but it feels, the hills are ridiculous. I'm running 656 average per mile. Unreal, and I feel good. Not great, good. The effort is on the flats and the downs, probably, I'm not gonna lie, probably marathon pace effort. Going up the hills I'm pushing and working harder than marathon pace. I'm making this one count. 2 weeks out, this is a good stimulus. It's completely not what I had planned. It's a complete curveball to what was on the plan, but if I can get just 2 hours done today, I'll be over the moon. Less, that's fine, but if I can hold this average pace, I'm in dreamland.
So a massive thanks to Soar Running for sponsoring this week's London Marathon training vlog. Soar have been a massive part of my training apparel through last winter into spring, and heavily used even more so during this training block throughout summer. I cannot recommend them highly enough, and I'm delighted to offer you guys a 15% discount off their products. Soar Running is a London brand born in Hackney, producing high performance running apparel. From the fastest race kit on the market to technically groundbreaking wet and cold weather outerwear and function first training staples, ensuring the best kit isn't just reserved for the elites. At the core of Soar Running is a commitment to technical excellence and being at the forefront of design innovation, be it in their approach to ergonomic fit, their application of cutting-edge fabric technologies, or the continual advancement of functionality of garments. With a men's range firmly established across the global running community, they've recently launched a women's range and are soon to release their full women's collection this autumn. To help you guys out, I'm offering you a 15% discount using code FOD15. Link is in the description, and fingers crossed you guys can grab some incredible apparel, especially leading into the winter time. I cannot recommend their kit highly enough. So once again, a massive thanks to Soar for sponsoring today's video.
So there we go, what a run. That was insane. I'm actually back home now, but a quick debrief on that. 2,100 foot of climbing, you saw the stats, 6:41 per mile, madness. That was the run. That was the run that I knew that regardless of what happens at London, because I'm hoping the stars align. But if it doesn't, it's got me excited for autumn and winter. I know I'm in good shape. That showed it to me. So regardless of London, hopefully London will go well, but if not, we're gonna be going all guns blazing through autumn and winter for some PBs on those shorter distances. So happy with that. So as I quickly explained at the end of the last video, it is just a case of, I was away this weekend, it's now Monday night, we've come home, I got home at 5:30, I'm out here now, got out at 6:30, just doing 70 minutes worth of easy. So each week it's gone from 90 minutes of easy before the taper when we were in full training, 80, and last week's sort of first taper as we start to bring it down, 70 this week, and it'll be 60 next week, an hour. So just chilling. I've been sat in the car for over 3 hours today, not doing anything too crazy today, just nice and relaxed. Heart rate currently right now 127, 8 minutes 6 seconds per mile pace, just enjoying before it gets too dark. So ditching a workout this week to kind of recover from Saturday's epic long run. Just going to double this week on Wednesday, and that'll be it. I'll inject maybe a bit of oomph into the long run on the weekend, but that's only going to be 80-90 minutes long, so yeah, nothing crazy. That'll be it. So I'll see you tomorrow for moderate. Good morning, it is Tuesday and you join me out here on the industrial estate for a moderate 70 minutes. So as I said yesterday, dropping a workout this weekend, flipping it round to get an extra moderate run in just after the weekend's bigger effort. So out here with a stomach bug. My girls have been ill all weekend and they have finally passed it on, and my stomach is, well, I don't have a lot of energy today, to be honest with you, so I'm just kind of relaxing. All the stats so far look really good on the run, but I don't feel my best, and yeah, I had to go to the toilet 2 or 3 times where I came out the door this morning. So overall, not that you need to know that, but I'm sharing the highs and the lows. And quite frankly, I always get ill in the taper, so if I can get it now, I'll be happy. But so far, chugging away nicely. Don't know if you're able to see it very well. 6:38 per mile. Low to mid, yeah, lowish 140s heart rate. That's pretty darn good. So it's not affecting me in that way. It's just sort of energy levels aren't quite there. So we'll see how we do for the rest of this run. See if I can get 70 finished, and hopefully, all being well, I'll see you tomorrow for the double. So welcome to Wednesday. 3 by 10 minutes is the start of the double day that I have going on here today. I am at the end of the workout. We're going to rewind now to see how we got on. All right, first rep done, 5:52, feeling quite smooth. I think the body's responding to the gentle drop in volume because I've just got a little bit of spark in the legs, so that was good. $5.48 per mile for rep 2. Lovely. Don't really know what else to say other than this is good. I'm liking it. I mean, I'm wearing the Pro 3s today, so I am gaining a bit of an advantage with those, but feel good, feel good. So there we go, third one done. That last one was strong. 3:32 per mile, I think, something like that. It's not the goal to have that much difference between all 3 reps. It's about keeping it consistent. But what I decided to do, and if you have been watching this series since the beginning, you might remember I was out on the trails doing this and on one of the last reps I ran loads quicker, and I said it's because I focused on form. I focused on driving the knees and bringing the legs back up to the butt, so trying to get a good cycling motion rather than dragging my legs like I normally do, and that's what I did then. So I achieved a lot faster time with very little extra effort. It's something I've got to work on over winter. It just shows me how much faster I can run when I actually think about my legs. The problem is that it's made my legs quite sore doing it, so it's something that's going to take a while to get used to, years realistically, but if I can try and implement it after the marathon into like each speed session I do, even if it's just on half the reps, then my muscles will slowly get used to it. And it's just, yeah, it's great to see that I can do that with very little extra effort. So really happy with that. On to tonight. So here we go, Wednesday evening session just about to get underway. It is 7 o'clock, so I really just want to get this one done. Reason for not filming too much this morning was simply because it was quite dark when I started, so just filmed at the end and then showed you what I went through with the reps, hence the lack of footage from this morning. But tonight, like, slightly different. It's now a case of trying to beat the lack of light. So it's light now, but it's going to get dark quickly, as I found out last week. Thankfully, only 1 mile warm up and 1 mile cool down tonight, as I did this morning. So that's how I've sort of tapered it this week. I've kept the session volume relatively similar or the same, but I've taken 4 miles off today in total. So what would normally be like an 18-mile day is now just a 14-mile day. So I'm going to get my 1 mile warm up done, and I'm going to try and plan a route around here that's a mile. It's going to be hilly in some way, shape or form. It's either going to be a loop or an out and back, and we'll see how we do. So there we go. What the heck was that? That was mad. Feeling so good tonight, feeling so fresh. It's just kind of a good reminder that taper's going well, and so kind of I'm dialing things back at the right level and not going too far too soon or not enough. Felt really sharp tonight, really sharp. It was unreal. Never imagined I could hit those paces. GPS a bit generous, probably. I'm on a new loop here. It's flat-ish down the bottom, up one side, down the other. So it's almost like a bit of a cross-country loop in a way. I just made sure I worked the uphills, and the down the other side was lovely to then kind of swoop back round onto the flat and then start the gentle up again. It kind of felt like you got the momentum all the way around. So buzzing, absolutely buzzing. What a result, what a run. What a way to end the double sessions. So good morning, it's Friday and I'm out here getting 70 minutes easy done, which is par for the course this week. Next week drops to 60, I know I've told you all that. So yeah, just out here on the trails, relaxing, enjoying. I got out here when it was quite dark. I was a brave boy and got the first 2 miles done when it was a lot of wildlife around, but it's lightening up now. So yeah, just enjoying myself this morning. Keeping things really relaxed. 8:24 per mile so far on this run. Current heart rate 123. So just chilling out. That's what Fridays are all about. Just relaxing. Another opportunity for me to say thank you to Soar Running for supporting the final leg of this training series. And obviously the other 3 companies I keep mentioning, week in, week out, Noble Pro, X Miles, and Pure Sport. I think that I'm so tired. But yeah, really appreciate all those companies being in my corner. Obviously, I know I keep repeating myself, but links in the description for all of those companies and some discounts on their products. So really appreciate their support, and Soar, and yours of course, just tuning in, week out. It's This has been a fun series to make, and I can't believe we are very, very close to the end. So more reflection on this run to be done. Just going to switch the camera off now and enjoy the rest of the run, and I'll see you tomorrow for the final long run of the block. Here we go, last long run of the block. Absolutely buzzing. Had caffeine this morning, no food, buzzing off my tits. Unbelievable. Feels so good. Yeah, had caffeine this morning, no food, absolutely flying down the cycle track. Way too excited, everything racing through my brain, thinking about all scenarios. Just can't wait to get to the start line now. So I haven't had a cup of coffee, by the way. There's this great little before run drink that a company called Victor Sports make. It got sent to me as a sample when X Miles sent me my fueling. I tried it earlier in the block on like week 2 or 3. I never mentioned it, but it was great, and they sent me another sachet, so I used it this morning. It contains caffeine, and I feel great. It's a good bit of kit. I'm going to explore their fueling more when this block's over. No time to tinker now, but I've added it to my list to get some more of. So today, 90 minutes, moderate cycle track loop. Easier down this side, a bit harder up the other side. Tag 20 minutes on the industrial estate at the end, flat. Feeling good this morning. Spent 20 minutes, half an hour last night using the lacrosse ball. I've got like a lacrosse ball, but it's got little spikes on it, getting in my glutes because they're a bit tight. Massage gun and stretching, loosening myself off. Feel nice and loosey-goosey this morning, moving well, feeling good. So just before we wrap up this week's vlog, which we'll do after we've got this run done, just a thought on this week. I made a decision as soon as I got back to the caravan after that long run. I thought that was such a good long run, but I got to drop a session this week. I think I knew at that point that was the run of the block, and as I've said earlier in the week, regardless of London now, I'm excited for the shape that I'm going to be in autumn winter, and I'm already trying to map out some races, so that's occupying my mind now. I've got a few ideas for that throughout November and December, which I'll share with you at some point, but I knew that if I did 2 sessions this week I would crumble. As soon as I got back to caravan, I said to my wife, that was the run of the week, but I'm dropping a session this week, and it seems to have paid dividends. Just in terms of this morning, I feel really good, and actually what it did is it allowed me to really focus on the quality on Wednesday, and Wednesday's session shone through, as you saw. Some of those paces, just taking the edge off everything this week, made me able to execute those 2 days exactly how I wanted to. I haven't had a double day like that where I've been happy with both sessions for a long time, and that's good. So just easing off this week. As I said, it's going to be around 57-58 miles, I think, so it's going to be an absolute ideal drop from last week's 70 something, whatever it was, and then roll into next week with even less miles. So going to press on, get most of this done, and then I'll give you the final stats at the end. There we go, 4 minutes to go, just coming up to 90 minutes, 6:35 average per mile pace. I've just felt so good on this run, and I think the heart rate's going to be in the 140s. I've run a substantial amount in the low to mid 150s coming up the cycle track the other side, but most of it's been in the 140s, so really happy with that and delighted to wrap up what has been the penultimate week of this London Marathon training. So full stats on screen for the run. It's going to be about 13.5 miles, and full stats on screen for the week. Really happy. Let's roll in to the final week, guys. Come on, London is 8 days away. If you enjoyed today's video, guys, please give it a like, share it with your friends, subscribe to the channel for weekly running content, and I'll see you next week for the finale.